Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm TuTu and I am back for more Monday OVAdrive. Finally, feels like it's been a little while. Last thing that we watched was Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, and that got all messed up schedule-wise. My whole schedule's been kind of fucked for a couple of weeks, and I'm sorry. We're here for it. We're gonna watch. Well, I felt kind of copy and kind of like a girl show, but like a cop show, and like maybe some drama, but also some action stuff. And I was kind of in like a Gunsmith Cats kind of line of thinking. But then I didn't want to just stick with like Gunsmith Cats or just Writing Bean. I wanted to see something new and different. And I ended up looking through some lists that some people have sent me and deciding on watching You're Under Arrest or Taiho Shichaozo, a 1994 OVA that came out of Studio Dean, which has to do with cops and police and stuff. And that's like all I know. I've heard this mentioned a few times. A couple of things that stood out to me about the things that were mentioned about it was like general fluidity and animation and stuff, and some really cool set PC driving scenes and things. Going through the list of people, directed by Kazuhiro Furuhashi, who has done a whole bunch of things and has some good things under his belt. Toshiharu Murata on mechanical design, who has done work on Helsing and Gits and a whole bunch of other stuff. Music by Kao Otani, who did the music for Haibane Renmei, as well as the opening arrangements for JoJo's Part 1 Phantom Blood, which means something to me, but I don't know if it means anything to you. And in general, this seems like a cool thing. This is a 4-part 1994 OVA out of Studio Dean that has to do with cops and things. Let's watch it. So, there will be 2 versions of this reaction video. We're going to just watch one episode. If we hate it, we're never going to watch any more. If we love it, we're probably going to watch some more at some point. Maybe not today. It is an extremely hot day, and it's going to get extremely hot in here very quickly. And my tea is still warm, and I haven't figured out a way to ice tea without it watering down the tea, which I would really like to figure out, because shit, I hate... It's not going to be an issue in like 3 weeks when it becomes cold as fuck again, but God, I hate having hot tea on a hot day. Anyway, things that I need to fix in my life, pretty low priority. Bigger priority, being more consistent with Retro Monday OVAdrive. That seems like a higher priority. So let's watch some stuff. Okay, 2 versions of reaction video. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description. Timer-based version on YouTube. You want to do a sneaky thing, sync up your own copy of... I should tell you which copy I grabbed. I grabbed the SX Ales version off of Nya. Just search for You're Under Arrest on Nya, and it'll come up. It's DVD 720 blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's SX Ales, and I've decided that we're going to watch with 0 input from anybody. Nobody's told me to do this. We're going to watch the sub, because that's my default. Cool? Cool. That's the version I have. If you want to go and obtain that same version, you can do that. And if you want to then sync up that same version with what I'm doing, you are totally welcome to do so. Just get your timer, your version ready so that when I start it, you can start it as well, because beep beep timer, okay? That made no sense. Jesus, I'm out of practice. Beep beep timer. Hello, water. Is this like an opening thing? We're gonna get like, oh, okay, that's actually visuals. Okay. That's super smooth. How do they do that? That's really pretty. That's just the scene setting opening? Okay. Wait. This is kind of neat. Wait, that character looks so much like some other character from something else. Dude, the cars. Alright, I see what people are saying about cool mechanical stuff and faces and smoothness and things. Hey! That was a really interesting, like, real-world camera technique expressed via animation. How was that? Okay. What? What? Another one. Alright, who's responsible for all these bullshit shots? Who? And the textures. And the the hair coloration and shading is all so good. She looks so familiar. She kind of looks like the girl from Otaku no Video, you know? And so they met. And it's file 1, so it's a cop case. Cool. Hey, classic. All of the textures on all the shiny things are really cool. Like, that stuff, that's kind of cool. And a lot of attention paid to light and lens flare and, like, angel rays and stuff. Alright, waiting. And there's, like, an atmospheric thing going on? All these focused shots on little details, setting a scene instead of showing us the scene more. Oh, fuck. Are we gonna jump the train on a Vespa? No, good. Because what is that shot? It might as well be jumping the train on a Vespa. The sound design. Impact. Nope! Oh, we starting off with a chase? That's chase. But she ends up being a cop. We saw her in the OP. Is she already a cop and this is just a game they play? Alright, down the thin alley. I bet she could have. Bingo boingo. And we don't get any inclination how the other character feels about this because we're setting it up for something. I see. Okay. I've got an inkling of a dynamic. That was badass as hell. Natsume. How do you respond to that? So, that's our new workplace. She's gonna walk and be like, oh shit, it's you. So we've got the irreverent cop and the by-the-book cop. Who's responsible for all these fucking rotating shots? Because this doesn't just happen. Each one of those takes so much bullshit effort. And we're just, like, stringing them together willy-nilly like it doesn't matter. Okay. Chekhov's bag thing. Oh, hi. Oh, bye. You're late. Flash, flash, negative, negative, cat, cat. Whoa. Alright. Okay. She's crazy, but she'll sacrifice herself and her Vespa for a cute kitten. Love her. Love her. Instant love. Oh, hi. The color swap with the oh my god. I'm already genuinely shocked by the quality of this thing. Genuinely. That's your cat now. That's just your cat now. Your bag is gone. Ah. Thunk. Ooh. Okay. Just a ticket. Yeah, you know exactly who that is. Because you're my partner now. Hey. What a sick intro. What a sick intro. That was fantastic. Hi, cop. No fucking around. Good luck. Hour and 9 minutes. Oh, hour and 12 minutes. There we go. Completely. You're exactly what our precinct needs. See how to take him back. Yeah. Oh, I see, I see. Who's this? Well, you had one, and it was in top condition. Whoosh. Who is this guy? I feel like Aviator's dude is important. Y'all are partners now. Uh-huh. You'll come around. You'll both come around. Is this Aviator's boy? Hell yeah. Wait, what did she just say? This character, why is she saying that? Nakajima Ken. Binoculars? I see. Hey, tour of the police station. Very helpful to have a new day first person so we can see a bunch of things. Though they don't seem terribly relevant. Ah, eating more and eating more. Just packing it in. Fuck yeah. These backgrounds and environments with the kind of blown out lighting that still feels soft and like inviting is really cool. Every fucking movement that they'll make, there's effort put into fluidity. And like usually a camera movement like that. What the fuck? Oh, she's fixing her bike. So it wasn't in top condition. Okay, okay. Oh, wow. That was a big change real fast. Every interaction has so much motion. She was looking at her files. Yeah, hoping to learn more. I need to pay more attention to their eye shapes. Hold on. Please don't. Softer. Okay. Harder. Tell me you're not using those for what I think you're using those for. That's... Depends on your definition. So is this a triangle thing? You're into him? He's into her? You're using that as a power play over him? I don't think anybody thinks you're the tough guy. Ken, I don't think anyone thinks you're the tough guy. Ominous. Vroom, vroom. Oh. That's mid-roll already? It felt so fast. It is only 12 minutes into 28, so that makes sense. Little soul. The hair. Hit me. Fuck you. It's been less than a day. Ugh, you'll figure it out. Opposites attract. I take 2 steps forward. I take 2 steps back. We come together 'cause opposites attract. Wow, we just hit like an interpersonal honesty moment like that. The hands, dude. Is it a 2-headed coin? No. Hello, Red. Been obscuring who's in that mini. race video game stuff. Oh, hey Ken. Bye Ken. The little rainbows in their hair to create the illusion of like little loose filaments like this, you know? It's terrible. I've battled that mini for many years. He knows who's in that mini, doesn't he? They come by to test them? Somebody on the force who's fucking with everybody? These angle choices. Dude. There's some respect here. Okay. Yeah, nope. Wow. And extremely dangerous. Jesus. I guess all our characters are invulnerable and can just fall off motorcycles. It'll be fine. I think I actually believe that he is just putting on a little show. This is the plan. This is the test, isn't it? Oh. So, there's her fiery side. You weren't expecting that. It's whoever's in the red. I think he's talking about actual fireworks, though. That's a crazy thing to It's part of a grid system for the area. And a way to bring you together. That's the point. Alright, this is like a chief or something. Indeed. Force two new partners to work together toward a goal. Genuinely wish them luck. Tell them a thing about fireworks when in reality, we're going to arrive and it'll be a celebration for their new partnership and there will be fireworks. Right? Right? That works. Dude, just pull out to the fucking city. This is so good. This is so absurdly good. Somebody on staff really loves cars. Well, police vehicles are pretty souped up. And she's super into it. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Oh, fuck. Hit the button. Oh, boy. It's different when you're chasing somebody. Yeah. Hey. Dude, the eye for spatial relationships in general perspective doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but it doesn't make sense because it's too hard. It's just too right. While maintaining, like, a goofiness and a How? That's ridiculous. Ugh. Better believe it. Shortcut it up. Boom. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Woo-hoo! Nice. What? What? Wow. Wow. Fully lost them. He's inside a container. All right, here's our drop to the depths. We have to work through it together. H8K something. Emily? Company name, building name. I don't know how that worked, but okay, I'm down. Oh. Okay. Waterborne takeoffs and landings. Ooh. Got it. Jesus. Teamwork, teamwork. Let's go. Hmm. You guys are just moving this presumably bomb around. Fireworks. Exactly. Yep. Congratulations, you two are partners. All right, reveal yourself. Tell me it's the fucking priest. It's the fucking priest! What? It was Chekhov's lunchbox the entire goddamn time. Dude, that's gorgeous. Okay, I gotta go look more for background art. Back to coin thing. You still want to flip the coin? Hmm. You just got invited to live with her. Shit, man, I'm here for it. Yeah. Yuri bait. Yuri bait is our motive here, and I'm down. Let's go. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Shovel it in your face like an animal. Aw, Yuri bait more. There we go. Aw. Aw. Okay. She actually fucked it up. She makes her tamagoyaki with salt? What the fuck? Ah, they're perfect. They're perfect for each other. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so in. Doesn't matter anymore, does it? Just throw it into the ocean. Just throw it into the fucking ocean. Yeah. Boom. Will we see where it actually lands? Just for fun? Show it being heads? No, doesn't matter, does it? Out. Whoa. Alright, I assume there's gonna be like a preview or something. No, we're just gonna pan straight to something? Whoa. We are gonna show the coin. It's heads. Yeah, it is. Fucking excellent. Fucking excellent simple storytelling right there. Is this preview? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pause it. Boom. Apparently there will be a typhoon, and there will be some stuff around moving in and things. Holy shit. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did not expect this to be anywhere near the quality and fidelity that is here. Whoa. This is crispy. This is crunchy, tasty, crispy goodness here. I didn't write down a single timestamp, not because there are not timestamp worthy things, but because like almost everything is pretty timestamp worthy. I'm genuinely taken aback by how high quality this is. From Natsume's introduction to the introduction of the rest of the police staff to the introduction of the initial starting dynamic and where we're gonna go for that for the buddy cop thing that's gonna happen here to the general flow of scenes, the absolutely absurd number of scenes that are way more animated and dynamic than they ever have any reason to be, except that somebody on staff wanted this to be awesome. That's just the vibe that I get. Somebody was like, this is gonna be the coolest fucking shit. And it's gonna be the coolest shit with no violence. No real feeling of danger exactly. It's more like a buddy cop comedy drama thing, right? Action without the violence or the blood and gore. And not even the maybe this is just me, but something that I really appreciate. We got a bunch of young, cute, attractive female characters, and never do I feel like we frame them in like a lascivious way at all. This whole thing feels completely wholesome to me, and I super dig it. Okay, comparing this, the how do I fit this into like Mamoru Oshii's Pot Labor and then Gunsmith Cats, right? Because that's what this feels like. This feels like it's got a mix of some of the elements of like Gunsmith Cats focus on mechanical stuff and cool action shots and things, along with Pot Labor's kind of focus on in the background art, creating a realism that isn't photorealism, but is like a feeling of this is a reality that could be, but also completely different and a lot less dry or flat than Pot Labor, just in terms of like the style as well. From the focus on lighting and flares and things, and like these small moments. This sequence at the very beginning feels almost like, it's a weird thing to say, but almost like Monogatari-y to me. And I know that's because it's signs and things, but the way that we're jumping between like all these little objects, the eye, the blink, the signs, the places, bits and pieces of vehicles, sections of stuff are fucking awesome. Like the easiest thing to do is look at the 3 or 4 or 5 incredibly difficult looking shots in the OP. If VLC will decide to not do what it's doing right now. VLC? Like these shots are no fucking joke. Not only is the way that her hair swirls totally unique from anything that I've ever seen before, but the just really generous amount of effort, time, and money that obviously went into making these shots as dynamic and rotating heavy and like, really, VLC? Can we not? I'm trying to make a point here. Yeah, and rotation heavy and amazing as they are is just stellar. I mean, in a show without all those rotating shots, I would fixate on something like this, right? We've got reflections on glass over dials and odometers that are like perfect. We've got lens flare coming off of the metallic like front plates of these turny knobs, right? And not other places. The amount of effort and detail put into making the hand feel real is also fantastic. But all of that gets blown away completely by the like reflections passing by as we rotate around and pass through this windshield, until the windshield disappears and she's clearer now, her hair flowing in the breeze. And in the midst of all of this, right, all of the dynamic movement of the camera and the incredible flow of the hair, all of which has like really well key animated light and shadow and stuff that adds volume and like feel to it. We demonstrate an emotional connective moment between these characters, right? This turn and smile at the camera is a turn and smile to her, and they see each other, and yeah, we're in it, we're partners. There's expression going on top of the layers and layers of technical difficulty, right? It's not fun shots just for the sake of fun shots. It's fun shots that elevate other shots for amazing effect. And I've kept saying like, oh, there's no reason to do this. Obviously, there's a reason to do this. It's fucking dope. It's super cool. It means that each one of those emotions that gets expressed has foundational levels of like, there's reality here, there's stuff going on, there's action happening, and we can feel it and feel more into it. Okay, I think this is probably the best moment to look at their eye shapes together. Yeah, so she's got these pointed corners that are really interesting. I think her eyes are super unique. Miss slightly purplish maroonish. Natsume. Her eyes are really cool. Oh yeah, there was this shot that's just like a legit visual real camera trick. Like we're fuzzy because the focal point of the camera is wrong, and so most of like the water stuff, we're like focused on the water stuff. Well, actually, let me see the shot again so that I know what the hell's going on. And then we come into focus and bokeh out everything. Okay, so our focal point is like here, right? So we get little glimmers of water, and then they're fuzzed. But then we focal point up to them, and the whole water and everything else becomes bokeh'd out. And that's just the first instance of, like, really genuinely absurd perspective understanding. And I think this shot is probably the biggest one. So we hit this. There's a spatial relationship between the incoming airplane and our characters and the ground. We rotate around it, holding that relationship, shift the space over this way, and then shift it back up in a fashion that feels entirely smooth. It never has to rely on changing frame counts, really. It's just on twos. All the way through. Every element of their hair is so cool, dude. Seriously. And then throughout those scenes, and yeah, it drops out a little bit during really high action scenes, but there's so much attention to textures and like tactile feelings of things, but expressed through visuals. Like you feel the fucking texture of that textured cover of the light that the headlight cover thing, but it's got the textured lines on the inside, so it's actually smooth on the outside. You know exactly what that thing feels like and looks like. It's smooth, hard, plexy, plasticky stuff with those lines for strength on the inside and stuff. What the fuck? Yeah, and the whole crew is with us. Love it. Okay, there was that other shot earlier on, right? From, like, it was completely above. No? I don't remember where it was. Ah, okay, it's here. And I think that's the red vehicle. How did they track this? Right? because the feeling of this shot is like you've got a pin stuck in the piece of paper and you're rotating it around the thing while moving it, right? So there's some reference point that they're using that I assume is the vehicle that's on there, and it's all on ones, right? It's all perfectly smooth. But the reference point shifts over the frame, and the whole frame shifts around the reference point, and it's all perfectly smooth, and I don't know how that was done. Do you know how that was done? If you know how that was done, throw it in the comments, and I'll maybe mention it when we absolutely watch the next episode next week. Holy fuck. And then clever wipe from this into this, and we pull out into this incredible background, which I would say is probably the first instance of really good background art here, and is the point where I need to go and look up the background artist to figure out who the fuck we're giving credit to, because we need to give credit, because the background art is really good. So I'm looking for, I need ANN, hold on, ANN, Tai Ho, Shi Chao, Zo, I can't just rely on Mal for this. Boom, I don't want the TV, I want the OAV, thank you. So Kazuhiro Furuhashi, the director, also storyboarded the entire thing, and also is credited as the episode director for the entire thing, so that's something. There are 4 animation directors listed. We'll get into that a little bit later. The first one for this episode is Tokiyuki Matsutake, who I've definitely heard the name of before. Attack on Titan key animation on Denocoil, key animation on a bunch of stuff. Oh shit, a fuckload of Naruto Shippuden. Wow, he's all over the place. Just animating on like one episode of all kinds of things. Okay, cool. Mecha design, Shunji Murata, Toshiharu Murata, we knew that. Art design, Akihiro Hirasawa is for episodes 2 through 4. Hiroshi Kato on episode 1 for art design. I assume that background art might fall under that. I don't see a specific background art credit. Backgrounds by Biho Inc., but art design, Hiroshi Kato. Cool. Art director for Evangelion 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Oh, what about Neon Genesis? Art director, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Death and Rebirth, and End of Evangelion. Whoa. Oh. Okay. I see. This is a thing. I am really glad that I went looking for the art director, because holy shit. Adam the Beginning, art director. Background art, Armitage 3. Art director, Astro Boy, TV 2003. Art design, Blood the Last Vampire. Art supervision, Boogie Pop Phantom, OG. Art setting, Ghost in the Shell Arise, Standalone Complex Second Gig, The New Movie. Art director, Giant Robo. Art supervision, Goku Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei OVA. Art director, Gunbuster vs. Diebuster, the Gatai movie. Art director, Golden Boy. Art director, Halo Legends. Art director, Interstellar 5555. Holy fuck. Art director, Keijo! Wow. Like a full quarter of the shows that I really like are, have significant responsibility from Hiroshi Kato. Oh, hey, look, art setting and background art, Stink Bomb movie. Hey, look at that. Art supervision. So, has worked on a bunch of Shaft stuff, a bunch of Dean stuff, a bunch of Madhouse stuff, a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of fucking everything. Legitimately, this person is responsible for like a quarter of the way that anime feels in general. X movie background art. Like, just being responsible for Evangelion means that you have had an influence on almost everything that has come since Evangelion, right? Period. But, whoa. Okay. Ha. Hi, Hiroshi Kato. You're amazing. Jesus. Oh, okay, so he's listed as art director for the entire thing, art design for episode 1, and then taken that role, which seems to be a more minor role, over by somebody else. Cool. We have gotten 20 seconds into the video, and we are 50 minutes into my video. Woo! This whole opening stage setting thing feels really good. The music is good. The general sound and vibes of it are good. Then that we hit the beats of the opening with these establishing shots, and they're absurd. These establishing shots are nuts. We have so much motion and so much, like, again, perspective shiftiness. We perspective shift out of this. Everything warps as we move down. What the fuck? And then we do this, like, really, really stylish intro with just posing characters. She is so familiarly designed, dude. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go look up the character designer. I'm going to see what else the character designer has done, because I have a feeling that there's another character, like, designed by this character designer who looks a lot like this, who I'm thinking of, and I'd like to know who that is. Let me do that really quick. Character design, Atsuko Nakajima. Also, chief animation director. She's really cool. What else have you character designed? I'm just going to Control F. Character design. Eureka 7, Final Fantasy Unlimited, Get Backers. Nothing. Zero idea. No clue. If you can think of a character that you think I might recognize who looks a lot like that, let me know, because I feel really familiar about her or something. God, these shots. Wow. See, okay. I was gonna say something about this at the beginning of the discussion thing, but, like, one of the temptations when you're doing a slot like OVAdrive is to constantly try to seek out something that's higher quality than the thing that you last watched, right? Just, you know, like addiction, right? I want a bigger hit of the awesomeness that comes from animation. And when you've just watched something like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, that's not going to happen. That is just straight up, it's not going to happen. It can't happen. No, you already hit the 10 tier. There isn't an 11 tier. It's already an 11 tier. There isn't a 12 tier. But then sometimes you get really surprised. You decide to watch something kind of on a whim. Like, yeah, I want to watch a cops thing that does, like, I don't know, maybe it'll have some cool shots in it and be kind of neat. And then you find out that it's also in the, like, 9 to 10 range, but in a completely different and completely, like, otherworldly sort of way. I mean, otherworldly from Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, a very ethereal feeling film, or which feels a lot more like Angel's Egg, which is very ethereal and, like, beautiful and artistic and artsy. This is so the opposite of artsy. This is accessible. This is, like, easy to watch, fun to see, neat characters that are easy to get pretty quickly. One of them is by the book, one of them is rebel, but, you know, they end up getting along because that's how buddy cops work. That's how things work. It's accessible, and yet it's elevated by the amount of effort put into it to a degree that I think makes it near equivalent in a weird sort of a way. This I respect so much. It's so good. There's so much effort and so much, like, work. Just work. Money and time and man hours put into this one episode of a thing. I'm excited for the next ones. Okay, let's go ahead and start skimifying through this thing and just finding some cool shots and cool moments and stuff. This is gonna be really choppy. I'm gonna chop it up as we go in editing, and it'll all come through. But I'm just gonna find a bunch of things because there's way too much stuff in this thing to even talk about. Okay, I already mentioned I love the little moments where we spend a lot of time on the small things, the little details as she's, like, prepping to go and take a shortcut or whatever, and it's unclear to us what she's gonna do. She's gonna jump the train. How cool is it gonna be? Oh, she's not gonna jump the train. That's disappointing. Oh, she's gonna go up this fucking ramp and jump some other things. That's not disappointing at all. That's sick as hell. And it is. It's fucking sick. Bada boom. Okay, first dynamic shot of the real deal stuff is this one right here, and it is a complicated one with full background animation, a dynamic camera that swings away from one side of her vehicle, swings back in on the other side of the vehicle just as we approach the obstacle, so that we go up it. It's fucking sick. It's fucking sick. The ability to convey, like, the way this vehicle is functioning at every moment. The, like, little hop that she does that every kid who's ever jumped a curb on their bike understands perfectly, and, like, viscerally you know that feeling and that hang time. You know it if you've ever hopped a curb on any kind of bike, is awesome. The turn and skid and skim, the danger of the little kids and jumping over them, the switch to their perspective as this crazy cop lady, who isn't a cop yet as far as we know, soars over them. And the moment of hang time. Bow, bow, bow. It's fucking awesome. Sound design as well. Whoa, I think that was the English track, which it automatically switched to. I don't want it to do that. Awesome. Uncertain if Akira slide? I would assume. No, it's the other way. No, it's the right way. Yeah, okay. I would assume. The moment of crossing paths. Dynamic shot from one angle, hiding the individual inside. Then dynamic shot from her angle. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Fuck this. I'm so pissed with VLC right now. Well, it's just not working in MPCHC, so fuck. Vroom, vroom. So many perfectly executed moments, skimming down this really tiny alleyway. The moment of relief. Ha! Couldn't have been caught. Definitely caught. I love the dynamic line work, the thick to thin lines over the nose and the lips and stuff. They generate so much character. Wasn't the art designer responsible for Keijo as well? Hiroshi Kato? Keijo? Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. I bring that up specifically for this reason, because one of the things that I really love about the stylistic choices in Keijo is the very significant decision to almost always have those thick to thin lines, which makes even more sense in Keijo because there's a lot of curviness and shapiness in Keijo. Not going to go further than that, but you know, but also on faces and stuff, it adds a lot of character, and I think it's a really good decision when used judiciously, let's say. Okay, after that, I want to look up both voice actresses, because they both sound relatively familiar to me. Natsume is Sakiko Tamagawa. Miyuki is Akiko Hiramitsu. Haha! The voice of Natsume is also the voice of Tachikoma from Standalone Complex. Who knew? I didn't. She plays one of the Precure little beasties, little fairy things. And not a bunch of other stuff that I really recognize. Okay, cool. How about the other one, who is playing Miyuki, who I think is more familiar to me. She's got more of a classic voice. Bubblegum Crisis plays Nene. Wow, that's so cool. And not a lot else that I recognize. Fine, fair, very fair. Cool. No clue. This little moment where she catches her bike on her shoulders and decides to keep running up the stairs by herself. That's fucking dope. It's just cool. She's a bit of a badass and insane, and that's great. Okay, story setup. It's right here. She goes to the shrine and she puts a coin down and wishes for good things at her new workplace, and it comes true. Partly because of the priest himself, right? Yeah. Almost exactly because of that. That's super cool. All of these shots are so good. The way she, like, skids her foot against the ground, the momentum of the jump up, and, like, previously when she impacted after jumping over it, cresting that thing, there was this really powerful, like, bounce in the tires and the momentum and weightiness of the whole thing. It's so sick. Okay, then we get distracted, look at the watch. Cat appears. We go negative, back, negative, break, back, and then this whole sequence of the most badass shit. Skids sideways on the bike, picks up cat with foot, kick flips cat into hands, catches, tumbles, catches cat, bike goes flying, girl goes tumbling, cat is safe, bike is not. Sacrifice. Do we understand this character? I think we understand this character pretty well at this moment. That was a hell of an introduction, right? And I think we understand this character a little bit too. Are you okay? I also, just this little moment here, when she is grayed out completely until the tinted glass of the window leaves, and then there she is. Everything that they say is dynamic, right? She doesn't just, like, say something. She says something, and her hair says it too, and her entire form says it too, right? And again, and again, and again, and again, right? This is what I mean by, like, every moment is way too much. How many traffic violations did you make? Way too many. You're fucked. Okay. And she's a complete goober as well. Her whole, like, series of excuses is hilarious. And we use this opportunity as she's expressing things to show, you know, the general staff, but the important characters who actually have character designs are honed in on. Hi, Ken. Hi, I don't actually know your name. That's okay. So, we meet. There's tension. Not Yuri tension. Tension. They don't get along. They don't know each other. And that's totally fine. And we casually and naturally introduce dynamics between different people with her playing either matchmaker or some other kind of role. I think she's just like, all right, he's going to try and build himself up here. Keep my impression as the cool guy. The White Hawk of Bokuto. Hey, you want to fall in love with a character really quick? Just watch this scene a few times. Boom. Now you're in love. That's how it happens. Look at the way her fucking ponytail moves. Look at that. Look at that. What the hell? That's so dope. It's accessible and simple and still fucking dope. Somehow, the lighting and general backgrounds are almost always a little bit blown out, and usually that's an unsettling sort of feel for me. Instead, it feels almost like heavenly and cool here. I don't know. And then we just montage through some police stuff, because, you know, police day. And she's the best. She's just the best. And, again, just expressiveness, right? Wait, that's not... I'm supposed to hate you. Wait a second. No. She cares. That's it. Right? And they connect on that level because you care in the same way about that cat. You're the kitten to her, right? Easy peasy. And you're both kittens to the older people on staff who are, like, trying to protect you and make sure that all your shit goes well. Okay, she can't prevent herself from... She's got no filter. It's great. Yoriko. Watch her glasses. You see them shimmer in the light from the window, and then unshimmer and then reshimmer as she turns toward a different light source? It's the little things, man. It's the little things. Like, this isn't a hyper high fidelity scene, but that makes it feel like it's one. And gosh, if you want to do sound design right, this ominous boom is dope. You really feel that engine noise too. Just as a flat overall umbrella take, I think all the sound design is really fucking excellent. It's super good. I wonder if they did what Gunsmith Cats did, where they actually got the vehicles with some level of souped upness and revved them for the microphone. I don't know. I would kind of assume so. I don't know what a a supercharged mini sounds like exactly, but I'd believe that was it right there. Vroom. Yeah, sure, okay. And we sort of start negotiating our partnership and our relationship and figuring stuff out. I don't think I can make this work out with you. You get all picky, you crack down on stuff, I don't like you. Yeah, there's no real guarantees. There's just one thing that I can say with certainty. I'm really starting to like you. And we just have this moment. I feel like I can count on both hands the number of times that 13 or 14 minutes into episode 1 of a show, two characters have a dramatic moment like this that, like, just clicks. And I don't know how to express what this moment is besides, like, a yearning for possibility and an unforged connection that's possible. I want to watch it again. Like, she puts out this just honesty, right? And then she's the one who looks away. Like, I don't care if you accept the way that I feel right now. Maybe we'll figure it out. You can figure out your stuff on your own and I won't push you. It's just the vibe that I get. It's like, I'm really growing to like you. And I'm not judging you for how you react to that. There's, like, stuff layered into this, right? These are characters. Snap, let's go. Coin toss. And this is a great little mechanical narrative-y thing. We're gonna toss a coin to decide the thing. If it comes up heads, if it comes up tails, we'll leave it all up to chance. Whoosh. Our future is in my hands. Boom. Same visual or same audio cue to let us know that there's, ooh, it's the same thing. Textures. Boop, boop. I'll also mention to you that my beep beep timer is like built off of that kind of a race intro thing. Like, that's the reason that it's the way that it is. Red, yellow, yellow, green, all that jazz. That's why it is. What was that? Vroom. Alright, so Ken goes, and now we're gonna get into some action stuff, which is the core of the next half of the episode, and it's pretty dank. We also realize pretty quickly, like, there's a reason going here. There will be no danger from that red mini. This is some level of test. You come along whenever someone new shows up to test them more, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. And then we get into some dope dynamic shots. Heck, even this, with the smeared out trees, the other vehicles going by, the, like, slight texture of the pavement and the concrete. It is so crispy. Momentum and drifting and... Okay, there's a stylistic thing that I don't know how it's occurring, but it's a feel that I have more than something that I can put my finger on. Especially with the mini. There's, like, a very slight, not quite ultra perfectly mechanically perfectness to everything. I don't know how to put it. Everything feels slightly animated, but not in a way where it's like there's a mistake going on. Okay, something that I talk about a lot in dynamic shots with mechanical objects in those dynamic shots is how consistent are you with the actual hard or like rigid body of the structure, right? So if we were to take the red mini and make a 3D model of it and generate the exact same sequence of camera angles and motions of this thing and like velocity and all that stuff and plug it all in to make the exact same shot, how accurate would the 2D animation that we see be to the 3D computer generated, perfectly accurate to a reality? How close would it be, right? That's like accuracy. And I think that somewhere in like the thickness of the lines and the way that the lighting is done and the way that the shapes are put together and the way that we move the camera around them and the way that we shift perspective, there's a little bit of fudging with that, but it's fudging that seems intentional to me in the same way that like stretch compress or squash and stretch animation is intentional off modelness or whatever, right? There's a little bit of that. And I can't put my finger on it what it is because it's all so damn perfect still. But there's a little bit of that makes it feel a little bit more bubbly and a little bit less hard or rigid. It feels flowy. I don't know why. I don't know how to express it or why it feels that way to me, but it consistently feels that way to me. And then there are just all the textures, the glass, the reflections, the choice to actually deal with those things and animate extra work for those things. Oh. Like, I can't put my finger on it. This whole spinning shot, it feels like it's a real car with a real chassis and a real, like, solid frame to it, and it feels real to me. But it's just not quite. It's just a little softer than that. Just a little bit more animated than that, and I don't know what it is. Face to face with it, reflection in his glasses. Vroom, vroom. And he does his own slide. Crash and tumble. This is a crazy crash. Terrifying crash, honestly. But, canonically, that was intentional. Ken knew that was happening, right? Ken was part of the ploy. Ken is part of the setup here. Yes? I'm pretty sure. Because he says later, like, just putting on another show, don't worry about me. Again, with the lack of color on the inside, color on the outside. Jesus. I love the little things, like the actual inscription on the wheel well. It's not quite the same level of hyper mechanical perfectness as, like, Gunsmith Cats would go for in a thing like that. But damn, it's good. And he just says, just putting on a little show, now get after him. Ayy. He means it. I'm counting on you two. Indeed. So he's waiting for them, of course, of course. And then we get this moment where we see, like, behind the perfect, timely, punctual girl who is by the book. Man, if you fuck with one of the vehicles that she's made, you mess with one of her babies. Woo, 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 woo. She's coming after you. It's great. And we see that, whoa, I didn't know she could do that. We sync watches, which is great. A salute to the establishment of your new partnership. This is a game, let's enjoy ourselves. Ooh, and the snark, if you lack confidence, you can call for backup. And then there's just stuff like this, where we do a full pull out from here to the entire city, and there's no break in it. It's just one shot. It is a fuzz there, but that's okay, man. That is perfectly alright. I think I may have fixed the thing that was causing VLC to crash. I think it was because it was still being accessed repeatedly by the torrent, my torrent client. And that was fucking with it. Yeah, it's being a lot more smooth, I think. We're dealing with a serious car nut, and you would know. Yeah, I love that we jump inside. This feels so Redline to me. I love it. The moment where you go inside the engine is just awesome. Just sick. Just sick. And it's got the Nas. Let's go. She's an absolute fucking maniac. And we punch it, and then we get this shot into the next shot, I think. Right. Cut as we cross camera. Vroom, vroom. And then there's the one that we pull out of the mirror and then go up the hill. Yeah. I think this is probably the most impressive, or close to, the most layered shot in the whole thing. Wow. That one's almost too complicated to, like, grok quickly. Okay. If they run, I chase them. It's my job. Boom. You're all right. Boom. Vroom, vroom. Zoom, zoom. Reflection of the grass in the windows of the car. The chop that it causes through the thing. Full dynamic shot inside. Lots of stretchy stuff. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of expressiveness still. We cut from inside the cop car to the outside of the cop car before pulling out and revealing that it's framing it inside the mirror. Reflections are on point all the way through. Pull all the way out, set the entire scene, full momentum. Pull through the wheels of the car? Of the vehicle? Of the cop car? Yep. Through on the right side of it, with the grass being kicked up. And do a full, like, pan around the thing. How do you even storyboard something like this? How do you convey this from one animator to another? Or did you just be Kazuhiro Furuhashi and just decide to animate this yourself? I have no idea. Do you know who's responsible for this cut? Hey GK, do you know who's responsible for this cut? It's time to find out. Holy shit. What a cut. Let me see it with sound. Fuck. Let me see it with Japanese sound, please. That's so sick. Okay, chases in places. Absurd chase. And then the absurd, like, the catch moment is really fun, of course. This jump is really dope. She goes straight up this group of pipes. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Fully crests and... Oh, it's so cool. Rule of cool. But also, like, realism? But mostly rule of cool, but also realism. And then he's got a fucking stupid turn on a dime wheel of bullshit, which is kind of amazing. And we lose him. Oh no. Down to the depths of despair. Maybe we shouldn't be really partners. But no, we can figure this out together. You find something, I'll find the line. It's an airplane. We can figure it out. We're working together. Our minds as one. Your technical knowledge. My whatever. It doesn't matter. I know how to get us there. Let's go. New environment. Race against the clock. Cool locations. Final cool location. Arrival. Arguments. Terror. The thought that we're both going to die in a terrorist attack. It doesn't happen. It's fireworks. No sweat. Congratulations. Here, have your bento. Story beat. Nailed. Background pullout. Nailed. Double background pullout. Super nailed. Last character moment as they eat together on the riverbank and figure stuff out and decide to live together. Set up for next episode and all the fun hijinks and shenanigans that they'll be dealing with. Nope. Ha ha ha. And pranks and stuff and vibes and stuff and yeah. And then we ED and then we pull in through the water to the coin that is heads up in the place. Nyum. There's a strange humming noise outside. It's... Oh, somebody's working on their car. How relevant. Yeah, it looks like they're... Looks like they're souping up an Audi or something. It looks like an Audi. I'm not sure. I don't know. Actually, a couple of my roommates are really into cars, and their friends are even more into cars. So they'll come over and they'll end up talking about cars outside for a while. Anyway, I don't give a shit about cars. I don't drive. I can drive. I have a license, but I don't, because I don't go anywhere, you know? Okay. I did not expect to like this anywhere near as much as I liked it. I expected to have, like... pretty classic episode of anime, right? Some cool character moments, some standard buddy cop stuff, and, like, I was thinking one opening shot that's pretty impressive and one, like, climactic shot that's pretty impressive, and then a bunch of just, like, two people hanging out in a car. talking about stuff. And that is not what I got. Instead, I got an action-packed, full of character, really fun, really accessibly fun. Like, there isn't anything super artsy about this. There's just a lot of art in it, right? And I think that there's a definite validity to turning artistic talent toward making something accessible and like enjoyable that isn't like layers and layers of art house film stuff. Like there's awesomeness in making a really good action movie or making a really good action anime or anything else, right? And this fucking nailed it. Really good, really wholesome action cop anime with like a positive outlook on the police force so far, positive outlook on people so far, a positive outlook on relationships so far, a healthy work dynamic and a healthy work relationship between these two that starts off as a little bit push pull, turns into pull pull, and they're going to start living together and go through that, and it'll probably be really fun, and maybe they'll face real threats in the future, and it'll be a little bit different, and we'll explore different things with these characters, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's not just the particularly impressive cuts of animation or the particularly good-looking backgrounds or the particular moments that are, really animated and feel very character-laden to me. It's all of it together, and the fact that it flowed into one episode that felt coherent and told, like, the simplest story. Two people don't quite get along. By the end of the episode, they get along. Ta-da! It's pretty fucking simple. It's so straightforward, and yet this is a really good example of it being done really well. And I appreciate that a lot, and I hope you've appreciated it too. And I think it's pretty set in stone that we're definitely going to watch more of this. So I hope to catch you next week when we watch episode 2 of Taiho Shichao Zol. You're Under Arrest. 1994 OVA by Studio Dean. Any information that you have or can find on who is responsible for certain stylistic elements like those really dynamic shots that are way too difficult and cost a lot of money. Who did those? Why were they done? I don't know. If you know or like have any inklings, let me know. If you know particular key animators who are genuinely responsible for drawing those shots, I'd also be really interested. We covered mechanical design, but like there's mechanical design and there's being the person who actually draws the mechanical thing. And I don't know if there's the same person because it's really difficult to go literally 20 plus years back into anime history and like find everything quickly from an ANN page when you're also trying to dodge spoilers constantly and like which is why I have to like rely on you guys because you guys can be really helpful in that way. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap. This has been really fun. I'm so happy that this was as fun as it was. I will see you next week for more of this. Peace.